Hello and welcome to another video on this channel. Soon we will enter the final quarter of the DV 2023 program, and some of you have been asking questions relating to the activities of the final 3 months. And so in today's video, I will be outlining the various activities left in this year's program, as well as underlining a number of realities that you need to be aware of. So let's go into that. So we are 1 week to the end of June 2023, and interview notifications for August interviews continue to be sent out in the DV 2023 program. And that is expected to continue up to the first week of July 2023. During the second week of July, we expect the visa bulletin for the month of August, which shows the cutoff numbers to apply during the month of September, to be released. And as you are aware, right after the publication of that visa bulletin in July, interview notifications will begin to be sent out for September interviews. And that should continue up to the end of July officially. Now, in a moment, you will understand why I stress officially. Remember that in the diversity visa program, there is a 2-month interval between the sending out of interview notifications and the conduct of the interviews concerned. So the interviews to be conducted in the month of September should have their interview notifications sent out in the month of July. Those to be conducted in the month of August have their interview notifications being sent out during this month of June. And those to be conducted in the month of July have already received their interview notifications 2 months before July in the month of May. So that confirms the 2-month interval between the sending out of interview notifications and the conduct of the interviews themselves. That is how the diversity visa program should function, and that is how it functioned up to COVID-19. So before COVID-19, whenever we got to the end of the month of July, we knew that that was the end of interview scheduling. That was the end of the sending out of interview notifications to applicants of the program ending. So whether it was projected that only 40,000 visas would eventually be issued out, interview scheduling or the sending out of interview notification was never extended. The month of August was reserved to interview scheduling and the sending out of interview notifications to applicants of the new program. There was no extension to interview scheduling. There was no extension to the sending out of interview notifications to applicants of the program ending. But during COVID-19, things changed. Many applicants who should have otherwise received diversity visas were prevented by a number of executive orders by the then US president. And that led to some of them taking legal action against the State Department on grounds that the law establishes that 55,000 visas should be issued out, whereas the State Department issued less than 55,000, and that they should have been the beneficiaries of the remaining visas. Their case was considered, and that is where we have the issue of the reservation of visas in the DV 2020 and DV 2021 programs. But the State Department has actually learned from that experience. So their current approach is that by the end of the program year, they should issue out not less than 55,000 visas, so that there will be no applicant claiming that there are visas left over and they are entitled to them. To achieve that, they have been allowing interview scheduling to go beyond the official deadline into August and even into September. But for the DV 2023 program, we do not know how far interview scheduling will go. By the end of the month of July, the visa office will decide whether they should extend interview scheduling into August and possibly into September. In case there is need, interview scheduling will go beyond the end of July. But if there is no need, interview scheduling will not continue into August or into September. So the official end of the sending out of interview notifications remains the end of July. At that official end, we will determine whether the visa office intends to extend interview scheduling into August, into September, or not. But there is a very important point to stress. In case interview scheduling continues beyond the end of July, that is into August and possibly into September, and as a DV 2023 applicant, you receive your interview notification, say in the month of August or September, be aware that there is no guarantee that that interview will be conducted at the end of the day. And that is because of two reasons. Firstly, it is possible that before your interview is conducted, the 55,000 visas may be exhausted. And so in that case, your interview will not take place, and that will be the end of your diversity visa application. You will have no further claim to a diversity visa. And that could also happen in the case of specific embassies. That is, visa becoming exhausted at some embassies, whereas other embassies are still issuing visas. And so, in case you are assigned at one of the embassies where visas have become exhausted for the DV 2023 program, then the same will be your fate. So, to those of you who have been asking, we can summarize all of this in 3 points. Number one, the official end of interview scheduling or the sending out of interview notifications to applicants of the program ending is the end of July. Number two, depending on the need, the visa office may extend interview scheduling into the month of August and possibly the month of September. And number three, in case you receive your interview notification after the official deadline, there is no guarantee that your interview will be conducted. So those are what we can expect when it comes to the final quarter of the DV 2023 program, which brings us to the end of this video. Thanks for watching it. See you very soon in the next one as we consider how interview scheduling is happening at your various embassies and consulates. Until then, God willing, goodbye.